Morning students. Today we are going to see a topic in Unit 3 called as recruitment and staffing. So what is called recruitment? It is a process of identifying and adapting to attract candidates who are capable enough to fill the vacancies that are prevalent in the organization. So the effective selection, how effective the candidates are in the organization, their work, culture, all these things depends on effective recruitment. So, how I can attract this before proceeding with that concept, the schema or process involved is job analysis is first done, followed by job description, job specification, attract the candidates, and then select. So, this is the schema of how the recruitment process is followed in uh, corporate organizations. The recruitment process to start with is called job analysis. First, determine what is the job status for which you are recruiting candidates. So the job analysis as such has two components: the job description and job specification. The job description, in the sense, the objective of the job, the work to be performed, the skills, responsibilities, the relationships, working conditions, all these things comes under job description. Job specification is the minimum qualification required, listing of skills, education, and work experience. So why we should use uh, staffing properly? Again, some statistics. Labor cost constitute from 25% production cost to 40% of selling. So if it needs to be effective, efficient staffing should be done. So discover the talent, put the right man in the right job. It avoids sudden disruption of enterprises production. It prevents underutilization of personnel. It provides good information to the management for succession of managerial personnel. That is why we use something called staffing. Then selection process as such. Uh, if I want to recruit the right candidate, train them, and then after training them, I can even reject the undesirable even after training. That is always there in corporates. All these things it depends for the on the individual called as HR manager. So HR, human resource management, they define and guide the managers in this process. The steps involve the general selection procedure or screening of the applicants, selection test, preliminary interview, reference check, medical examination, final interview. It is ratified by the appropriate authority, and then this candidate is placed. The interview process, it is a purposeful exchange of ideas. It's a way of communicating. It's a conversation. The interviews. So it can be formal or informal. That is called preliminary interview. The core interview, a lot of questions will be asked about your background verification. It can be structured. It also stress interview comes under this group interview, whereby you'll be asked to sit in a group and questions will be posed to you, or a panel interview. More than one people will be interviewing you. That is called panel interview. Depth interview. Up to one lot of questions will be posed. So decision making interview. So your final career planning, your selection, your opportunity, your work adjustment, that is decided here. That is called decision making interview. The test as such can be normal aptitude test, coding test, psychomotor test, psychometric test, personality test. Once it is done, the selected person has to be oriented to the organization so that he can fit in to the organization perfectly. So the objectives over here, why it is done. So to create some awareness, to reduce the startup cost, to reduce the stress of the new employee, it's an ice break, strengthening the relationship and reduce employee turnover, people absenting themselves regularly. So this provides information about structure, the department, rules and regulations, safety measures, the employee facilities that are prevalent in the organization, as well as the grievance procedure. If he has something to complain, all these things, whom we should approach, all those things will be told to them. Then training and development is a function of HR management that is concerned with organization activity. So the training as such, it is focused and evaluated against the job that an individual currently holds. The education focused upon the job that an individual may potentially hold in the future. Development, the activities in the organization employing the individual. The two biggest factors that contribute to the increased need to training and development are change and development. The areas of trainings, company policies and procedures training, human relationships training, problem solving training, managerial and supervisory training, apprentice training. The steps in training program are: once the identified training needs are identified, establish the objectives, select the methods, acquire the training resource and preparing schedule, find a trainer, implement programs, and evaluate the program. Performance management. This is a process by which managers and employees work together to plan, monitor, and review an employee's work objectives and overall contribution to the organization. Objectives in the sense to improve the management development, to improve employees' performance, to plan the workforce, to improve effective communication, fair compensation. All these things it is called as objectives. What are the barriers to it? Faulty assumptions. People think completely narrow-minded or completely the other way. It can be a psychological barrier. People may be prejudiced. People may be having a fault opinion, subjectivity, less time, and that which affects the interpersonal relationships. All these things are barriers. The methods for performance management are trait-based approach and appraisal by results. So a few criteria and standards for performance appraisal is given here. So the methods of performance appraisal, it can be an immediate thing that is called trait-based approach, graphical ranking, some feedback, incident group appraisal, all these things. Appraisal by results, it can be MBO, it can be assessment centers, it can be behavioral and rating scale, and so on. Thank you.